Welcome on back to the LRL. This is episode 2, season 2. And we had such a great week 1 recap for you guys. Like this, it was a crazy week 1, I'm not going to lie.
Well, it was a
It was
crazy week one. A lot of unexpected things happened.
yes, I'd say quite a few upsets.
For sure,
In
for
my
sure.
eyes, yes, I'd say quite a few. Army did lose. Watch that game. Kickers, buns.
That hurt my soul to watch that. That hurt my soul.
It was really bad. But we're not here to talk about Army. We're here. Let's get straight into it. We had the number 1 team on the road against the number 3 team, and we didn't know what quarterbacks were going to look like. But we sure did find out some pretty good news from, I guess, both sides. I mean, if you're Texas, I mean, the defense is really, really good. And they'll find their way back. Their offense will probably start to slowly improve during the season, for sure. But let's just get straight into it. Ohio State knocked off Texas 14-7 with a dominating defense performance. And Julian Sain, like, he had a little come out party. I mean, it wasn't like nothing crazy, but I mean, he did show what he can do.
100%. I feel like a lot of what Julian Sayin did in that game in terms of his decision making, I feel like every decision he made was the right one. Um, dude, Texas is coming into the season. They were supposed to have the best defense in the country, and for a kid that has never started a game in his career, a kid that has only played a quarter at a time, in some very bad opponent wise, for him to go out and go up against the supposed best defense in college football and actually thrive, I think that speaks a lot about Julian Sayin, and that's even with the playbook not even being opened up for him. I mean,
Exactly.
Ryan Day said it in the post game interview. He's like, "Yeah, we didn't open up the playbook. We're just trying to get this kid settled in." And I tell you what, that offensive line and those running backs really did a nice job helping him get set in by setting the tone really, really early, as well as the defense.
Yes. And I mean, honestly, could they win with how they played against Texas? No, I don't think so. Because a lot of it was trying to run the ball, and they were just trying to protect the lead. Now, it worked in their favor. Ryan Day, everybody saw that the defense was the determining factor. But do I think the offense needs to get going eventually? Yes. We need to see the book more open. But I understand week 1, you don't want to just throw everything on the true freshman. I'd say the true freshman starting against a very good Texas defense, and on the other side, Arch Manning just looked. I mean, I think he's going to be a really good player, but just looked absolutely confused. Didn't know what to do with the ball. I don't know what he was doing throwing the ball when he had his players wide open. I don't know if the pressure was too much for him in those moments, but it just looked really bad.
Well, the thing is like you'd think after that first series, like, all right, he be settled down a little bit. That was not the case. I
No.
mean, Matt Patricia put the pressure on him, and I'm not a big Matt Patricia guy, but he's winning me
Yeah,
over with
Lions fan.
how well he called the defense. Um, but I mean, I think I think the amount of pressure that everybody had put on Arch Manning was a little much for him. Um,
Yes.
I think that the way that people had talked about him, he was supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread, right? Um, there is a little bit of bias because his last name is Manning. Um, and he's got two uncles, Peyton and Eli, and his dad, His dad should have been the best out of all three of them. But unfortunately, with injury, that kept him out. But I think I think he's gonna bounce back for sure. Um, his two starts that he had last season were against two teams that um, weren't very good. Um, so for him to go, especially go into one of the best college football stadium atmospheres to be in as the opposing side, I think that's a little hard for a young quarterback who is still trying to learn his offense.
Exactly. And I mean, we'll find out. I think they'll improve. Both teams will, I think, could possibly see each other again in the playoffs. I think that's where we're going. But
For sure.
it was a good game by Ohio State defense. We'll see what Julian Saint can do, and Arch. In that fact, we'll see what they can do later on,
I know
especially with opponents in their own
they both got
conference they gotta
some
play.
they both got some lighter games here next week,
Yeah,
so we'll be able to see what goes on with that.
what they can do against at least lesser opponents, which I think they'll both do fine. But
For
on
sure.
to the next game. The next game that took place was a very, very, very weird situation that happened. You know, top 10 team Alabama on the road at Florida State. Florida State coming off of a 2-10 season and just got beat. I mean, just beat. Like there was Ty Simpson looked really good for what he could do, but they looked like they got beat in every way.
For sure. I think too with Florida State having another sort of Jordan Travis skill kind of guy, and I believe his
Yeah,
name is
Castellanos.
Castellanos. I believe that is that success that DJ couldn't
Could not.
find
Yeah,
in that system, and I think that is just if you're an athletic guy who can throw the ball and run, you're a dual threat guy, you're gonna thrive in that Florida State offense. I feel like.
I don't know what the Bama defense just didn't look good. They were getting beat every which way.
I know. And Caleb DeBoer's got some things that he needs to get set with Bama. Um, this was the one game that I thought, okay, you know, this was my top 10 game that I thought Bama was going to win. I thought South Carolina was going to be the team that was going to get upset. Um, but unfortunately it was Alabama this week.
And I don't know what you're gonna I don't know what you're gonna expect from Alabama. Like I think fans of Alabama probably realize like this is not Nick Saban anymore. No matter how you put it, it's not Nick Saban. Saban's gone. And that's just I think it's I think this is probably a reality check for Bama. They didn't look good. I mean, Ty Simpson looked really good, but that's about it.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
he did what he
Ryan
could
Williams
do.
had another. I believe Ryan Williams had another 100-yard game. But I didn't really hear very much Ryan Williams in that game. So definitely need a lot more out of their guys. And it's the identity crisis. Caleb DeBoer's got to get his team together.
Yes, he does. Ryan Williams, no, he only had 5 receptions for 30 yards.
Oh wow.
Bernard, number 5 for Alabama, had
Okay.
8 receptions for 146 yards.
I just thought I seen somewhere that he had
No.
got that. So
No, Ryan Williams didn't have a good week. But I mean, neither did Jeremiah Smith, and those two are the top 2 receivers in the country. They'll figure it out. I mean, it's early. Like they say, defense is ahead of the offense right now.
for sure.
But yeah, no. What an upset. But we're on to the next game. Later that night, we had LSU on the road at Clemson. LSU wins 17-10. I went Clemson. I thought I would see Cade Klubnik do a lot better. I wasn't really impressed. And I thought I'd see more. But Clemson just looked, their offense just looked Like, I wasn't, their defense, both teams, I think, played very good defense, I would say. It was still a low-scoring game, wasn't a high-scoring one. Both defenses came in and played. Just Clemson had an interception, which probably, and turnovers are not going to help you win a game. And Garrett Nussmeier, he looked good for the first game of the season, and that's weird for me to say about LSU. I don't trust Brian Kelly at all. But but they look good for their week 1 game. So we'll see what LSU really looks like when they have to go through the SEC with better opponents. We'll find out.
For sure. And even looking at a guy like Cade Klubnik, I said last week that I don't trust Cade Klubnik. I don't think that he is as good as everybody says that he is. And he didn't play very well. Plain and simple. I feel like he's kind of in the same way, except he was playing at home. 19 of 38 throwing the football.
Yeah, that's not
230 yards. It's all right. And an interception. A guy like Cade Klubnik, who, just like Arch, is in the front runner for Heisman at the start of the season, had all these expectations on him and did not perform to the way that they wanted to. Clemson last year played Georgia and got absolutely smacked. And I said the same thing about Cade Klubnik. Okay? I don't think in these big games, I don't think Cade Klubnik can perform at what everybody says that he can. So, and some of that too, you also got to give to LSU's defense.
They played an outstanding game.
Yeah. Out of Cade Klubnik's X amount of passes he missed, 6 of them were broken up. So somewhere along the lines, he's got to figure it out. His receivers got to figure it out too, if they were dropping passes. But I know for a fact that Cade Klubnik needs to figure it out.
Yeah, or it's gonna be a brutal season.
It's gonna be a long season.
I think they'll bounce back. I think I put way too much trust into Dabo Swinney. I said he would win. He wins big games, but no. He showed the complete opposite, and he showed that last year too in the playoffs. Realistically, it came down to a field goal in the ACC championship game against SMU, if I'm not mistaken, to get the win. I don't know what to expect out of this Clemson team. Honestly, I had big hopes. I thought they were gonna do much better than they did last year, and LSU came out and played better. Brian Kelly is probably, I think he's figuring it out with this team. Garrett Nussmeier, we will probably see him as a Heisman favorite eventually.
Absolutely.
Because that's what LSU likes to do. They like to throw the ball.
Now, I will say, I did see a take, and I'm glad that the AP board got it right.
Well, that's just because ESPN is biased as hell.
I believe it was Heather. I believe it was Heather Dinch. Don't quote me. I believe it was Heather Dinch.
Oh yeah, no. She
said that LSU should be number 1 because they went on the road and beat the number 4 team in the country instead of Ohio State, who played at home.
I think she also made the point of saying Georgia should be higher than Ohio State too, and Georgia played a Marshall team that had a bunch of transfers.
So
yeah, no. ESPN just they are still gonna ride the SEC no matter what.
For sure. I just wanted to.
And Paul Feinbaum, just a terrible.
Oh my gosh!
Don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started on that guy. Man. Oh my lord!
Ohio State's gonna get killed by Texas, and see what happens. Not even close. But yeah, no. So let's go on to the next game. This was the Sunday night game. I mean, me personally, it was weird to look at. It was definitely like
I definitely did not see that one coming.
I didn't see it coming either. I mean, Carson Beck. I mean, he looked. I'll say he looked pretty well for his
I
debut down
from
there in
look
Miami.
from looking at how he played at the end of the tail end of his career at Georgia in those last couple games. He didn't look the greatest. His decision making wasn't all that good. So I had low expectations, honestly. I had low expect
connected to Brandon's iPhone.
I had low expectations for him, honestly. I thought he was gonna go to a Miami and he was sort of gonna phase out of the picture, and and he didn't. I believe he played very well um in his game, and CJ Carr. Now his offensive line didn't help him, but CJ Carr didn't look the greatest either. Um,
I mean, he looked. He's definitely got to get there. The problem is, I think Notre Dame put too much reliance in their quarterback, in their young quarterback. And where the hell was Jeremiah Love the whole game? Where was he? Was he hurt? I mean, where was your number one running back, the number one running back returning, and you
in the country,
didn't give him the ball as much? Like, this is not.
can't do
They
that.
Their game plan was set to throw the ball, air it out. It's like, no, that's
When
not
running
what
the ball
that's not
got
what
you
they
to
were.
where you were last year.
Exactly, they were a run and then throw the ball. Well, actually, it was really a heavy run team because their quarterback Riley Leonard would just move around. He'd be the one running the ball, and Jeremiah Love would be the other one running the ball as well. But they went outside the game plan with their young quarterback and tried to just air it out. I don't know what, like, give it to the best running back in the nation. Like, what are we? I don't know if he was hurt that game, and it didn't look like Notre Dame. And I really thought their defense was going to be a lot better because that defense was young and talented last year. And I don't know if, I mean, give credit where credit is due. Miami's offense came out and they were playing. I
For
mean,
sure.
Carson Beck came out and did what he was supposed to do as a veteran quarterback. Make the plays and just what a one-handed catch. Who was that?
I believe he was number 7. I know that. I don't remember his name, but I believe he was number 7.
But just what a catch. And honestly, I mean, I was expecting a lot more out of Notre Dame. Miami, they have a chance. I'm never going to say the U is back until they actually show something on the field.
For sure. It was CJ Daniels. CJ Daniels with that one-handed catch.
Yeah, no, that was filthy.
That was awesome.
But honestly, I'm very like. I mean, Miami, they got a chance to, run it back, but we'll have to see because we don't know.
For sure. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how their season turns out and see what Carson Beck has gotten him.
All right. Brandon is laggy. That's not a good thing.
You were lagging too.
Yeah, we're both.
It's alright.
All right, we'll try to continue.
So to end off a recap from last week, with the 15 games that we had, Jacob and I are tied in the lead at 11-4. That TCU game really helped me and put me back up to get that with the TCU winning on Monday night. And then Drew is at 10-5. I believe that Utah UCLA game hurt him. So if he would have done he would have done Utah, he would have been in better position there. So um, we're gonna go ahead and take a look into next week.
This is not good. No, I think we're both lagging out.
We have Iowa at number 16,
Well,
Iowa
shoot.
State.
That's not what I like.
And this is a team, Iowa State, coming off a win to South Dakota.
Alrighty. Technical difficulties on my end. I don't know what's going on. We're lagging badly. But now we're going to start talking about week 2. Already on to week 2. Is football season just going to fly by eventually? Yes. That's just how it is every year.
Man, I hate it I hate that it does that, but
I know.
it's the best. This is the best season.
Exactly. All right.
Start the week off. Got a lot of good games this week. Sorry, Henry. Start the week off. We got Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State's ranked 16.
Iowa not ranked, but you know their defense is coming into play. Their offense scores more points this year. It's still going to be. I think it's still going to be a dogfight on who's going to want to win this. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. You're going to see some weird. You're going to see some weird scoring. I'm thinking it's going to be like. You're going to see like someone's going to have like 12 points. I swear. Someone's going to have like 12, and the other team's going to have like maybe like 18. And I think, me personally, I'm going to go with Iowa State. I really like the way they played against Kansas State. I don't know who they played last week, but they look good against Kansas State.
They played South Dakota last week.
I don't know what that. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go Iowa State. I'm gonna be different. So give me Iowa State.
For this week, I am gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with Iowa. I know that Iowa didn't really play anybody last week, but with the way that I see this going, Iowa has been running the football. Iowa ran the football really, really well last week. I know that they didn't play anybody special. They played like UAlbany or something. But I like the way that Iowa's run game's going to go. I think Iowa State struggled in their week 1 matchup against the run, and Iowa's been pounding the rock. So I think if Iowa's run game can get going, I think Iowa State's going to be in a world of trouble, especially with how good these Iowa defenses have been throughout the last couple years. So I'm taking Iowa in this game. It's going to be a close game, I think. It's going to be a close game, but I think Iowa's going to go ahead and take the win here above Iowa State.
Yes, sir. By the way, we do not have Drew tonight. Off doing something. But he will be making his picks. Luckily, we're recording this early enough where you can just go through his picks. But,
for sure.
Oh, by the way, did we even give the rankings?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I thought we did.
I swear we didn't.
Might have been when we were lagging.
It could have been. But after week 1, Brandon and me are tied for first place, 11-4. Drew 10-5 is kind of the rankings. So yeah,
the two games that really stood out, I think that made the difference this week, was TCU North Carolina. Obviously with how bad North Carolina played.
No,
TCU
the Florida game too, because we all chose Alabama. Florida State won. And we all chose Bama.
And then the other game that I really think turned the tables for a couple of us was Utah at UCLA. Utah spanked them. Nico did not look like Tennessee Nico. And I think that's why I think what made the difference for us there was Jacob and I getting those 2 wins with UCLA. So those were I believe that those were the 3 games that really, really, really made a difference for us. So yeah. Getting into our second game of week 2, we have Arizona State, number 12, Arizona State at Mississippi State.
I'm going to go Arizona State. I like Sam Leavitt. And honestly,
Kid's good.
Mississippi State had a weird first week game. They had to go on the road to Southern Miss.
Hmm.
And I mean, I don't know what you're going to get from Mississippi State. They weren't good last year. I still don't think they're good. I mean, they were literally like in the first half with Southern Miss. They were only up on with like three. They were only up 3 points. Now, yes, they had a good third quarter going out just on a 21-0 run, and then fourth quarter was just Southern Miss scoring one touchdown. But I like Arizona State a lot more. They definitely showed a lot more potential last year in the playoffs. They had a really good game against Texas. Fell short, but I think Arizona State's going to get this one. I get it; it's a new year, different team, but I just really like Sam Levet, and I think I like Arizona State more. So I think they're going to get the road win. And yeah, that's my pick.
I'm also gonna go Arizona State. I don't think them being on the road matters. Like you said, Mississippi State wasn't good last year. They played they played a very close game in the first half. Against I believe Southern Miss is a
Yep.
are they a MAC school? American?
No, not.
Sunbelt?
They're they might be Sunbelt. I don't
Yeah.
quote me on
So
that.
they're an SEC team, not struggling against a Sunbelt team. I think Arizona State is just gonna mop the floor with them. I don't think this game's gonna be close. So I'm taking number 12 Arizona State over Mississippi.
Yes, sir. Next game on the list, we got 20 Ole Miss at Kentucky. Kentucky, they play really good defense. I don't know I don't even know who Ole Miss's quarterback is. I don't know much about their team without Jackson Dart, but they did play Georgia State and won 63-7. But I mean, it's against the nobody practically. But I don't know what we're gonna see from Ole Miss. I mean, from what I'm looking at, Austin Simmons, he had an okay day. 20 for 31, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. If Ole Miss and if Ole Miss wants to beat Kentucky, the quarterback cannot throw 2 interceptions.
For sure.
And that's going to be the difference maker. I don't know what to expect out of these two schools. Kentucky plays a really good defense, and if that quarterback throws at least 2 interceptions, you're keeping Kentucky in the game. And that's how they're going to beat you. It's low scoring. Even the Toledo game, it was 24-16 at the end of the game. It's like, that's low scoring. That is for sure low scoring.
For sure.
It's a toss-up. This game's a toss-up. I really don't know.
I think this game is a toss-up too. I feel like, you know, with the pass defense wise, Tucker Gleason, who we know is not your favorite guy,
No.
or at least it should be known, threw about 58%, and he had a touchdown and an interception. He took 3 sacks. If Ole Miss or if Kentucky lets Ole Miss throw the ball on them, I think it's going to be a very, very, very rough day for them. We'll see how the run game goes. Kentucky held Toledo to 59 yards rushing. Again, it's a SEC school versus a MAC school. They're gonna need to step up a little bit. But I want Ole Miss in a close one here. I just think that if Ole Miss can throw the ball against Kentucky, I think that Kentucky's gonna have a really, really, really bad day. But yeah, I'm going with Ole Miss.
Last year, this is with Jackson Dart. When Jackson Dart was at Ole Miss, Kentucky won 20-17. You know what? Give me Kentucky. I think Kentucky is going to get this win. That defense is what showed. I mean, it's what beat them last year with Jackson Dart, and they don't have Jackson Dart anymore. So I'm going to go Kentucky on that one. I like Kentucky's defense. I like the way that they grit it out on defense. It's all about the grit and the grind on their defensive side. Offense, their offense, I wouldn't say it's not the greatest thing in the world. I guess they're there when you need them. In that case, but give me Kentucky definitely in a close game like last year's. I think it's gonna be another close game, but we're gonna see. All right, next game. This is a weird one. When I saw this, I was like, this is just weird. I would have never expected to see this game ever. And we have Oklahoma State on the road at Oregon. Now, I don't know what to expect from Oklahoma State. I don't know their quarterback. I don't know their running back in any way. Oregon's a really good football team. And honestly, I mean, just off of who I'd pick, I'd definitely go Oregon. It just amazed me because I would have never seen the day that these two schools would be playing. Just a weird game. But I don't think this is going to be a close one. I think Oregon's going to win by a mile.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take Oregon. Against a team, I believe that they played UT Martin, and they only won 27-7. Their starting quarterback, 13-20. I mean, he was accurate, 65%. Didn't throw a touchdown. They relied heavily on the run game with 2 touchdowns being scored there. So, I think Dante Moore's going to go out and he's going to have a field day against those guys. And I think that Oregon is going to get the job done against Oklahoma State.
Like that. Next game, this is like a top 10 showdown in basketball right here. This is weird to look at. Illinois at Duke. This is where you would expect basketball all day, blue bloods in basketball. These are two basketball schools, but we get to see them on a football field. Now, I do like Illinois. They have a very good quarterback. Duke, I only know them from, I think it was Malik Murphy who was their quarterback last season. I don't know much about their quarterback this year. And I know Illinois, they returned their starting quarterback, and he's played a lot of football. Me personally, I'm going with Illinois on the road.
Now Duke's coming off. Both games are coming off. Both teams coming off games where they had lesser opponents. Obviously Illinois played Illinois State, and Duke played Elon. And they won pretty convincingly, 45-17. I think Illinois is a powerhouse right now. We'll see when they get into Big Ten play. We'll see how well that they are, but I think that they're a team that is going to surprise. I think that they're going to be an Indiana team from last season. I think that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But again, we'll see when they get into Big Ten play. But I am going to take Illinois here. I think that they're going to beat the brakes off of Duke.
Yeah, I think they will. Luke Altmaier, he's a very good, solid quarterback. Gotta like the way that they played. And last year, coming off of beating South Carolina in a bowl game, I mean, it's this Illinois team has a real shot of becoming an Indiana team like last year.
For
All
sure.
right, next game, UCLA at UNLV. UCLA just got beat down, got embarrassed, and Nico did not look that good. Wanted all that money, transferred to UCLA, and got his ass handed to him. Money talks, doesn't it? Money was all that was ever in that kid's head. And see what happens when you're greedy and you care more about money instead of the game, instead of trying to make it to the NFL where you can get that paycheck. Instead, he wanted to do it in college, and now he's not at a Tennessee anymore.
Not at a good point. Not at a good point to get any of that NFL money, you know?
Yeah, not showing it right now. But the weird part is they're at UNLV. It's weird with the new college football. It's weird that you have these bigger schools like going to smaller opponents. It's just weird to see. I mean,
For sure.
it's going to be at Allegiant Stadium. That's where UNLV plays. So, no matter what, they're at Raiders Stadium. So, yeah, it's going to be a home game for UNLV. But, I think UCLA bounces back. I don't think UNLV's that good. I believe they got... Don't quote me. I'm going to look it up.
I believe Jalen Milroe did get benched.
No, not Jalen.
Or not Milroe. Orji. Alex Orji.
Yeah, Alex
Alex
Orji.
Orji.
There you go. I just want to make sure I'm not wrong.
That's embarrassing.
That's okay, Brendan. Okay, UNLV did beat Sam Houston. I do like their starting quarterback that they have in now. I don't think Orji was giving them the passing game, really. He's definitely giving them his legs, but they were in a close game to someone week 1. Was it Idaho State? When we start talking about smaller schools, I don't know. That's the
Really
difference.
got to do the homework there.
Exactly. Idaho State, yep. So I was right. It was 38-31 with Orji. I just don't think they'll beat UCLA. UCLA definitely has way more talent, no matter how you put it. And just depends on if Nico wants to get better. I think he will. I think they'll improve from week 1. So I'm gonna go UCLA. I just don't see the players matched up with UNLV. I just think UCLA is way better than that. Better be if you're a Big Ten school for real. But yeah, that's my pick.
Now, I am hoping that UCLA pulls this off, but UCLA is not, obviously they're not very good. I feel like that they got worse with adding Nico, but you never know. Nico might bounce back. It might be a good one.
Exactly.
I really, really, really want to go UNLV,
No, I think you're making a mistake.
but I think UCLA is gonna win. My gut's telling me UCLA. My mind's telling me UNLV. So, with that being said, I am gonna go UCLA. I do think that that's gonna be a good one. Moving on to the next game, we got Bowling Green versus Cincinnati.
You're going upset.
I am
Sure.
gonna go. I am gonna go Bowling Green over Cincinnati.
I think you're losing it, but okay.
No, I got trust. I have trust in Eddie George. I think that, you know.
That's insane.
Oh, what the fuck? Sorry. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
you're all right.
Um, I think that this defense uh can hold up. You know what? No.
You
Never
already wrote
mind.
your
Never
name.
mind.
All right, I was gonna say.
I'm going Cincinnati. I'm going
I
Cincinnati.
don't know what you were on about. All right,
I'm going
let me give you
Cincinnati.
guys the
My
rundown.
bad.
All right, Bowling Green. I think they're a good MAC school. Yes, I'll say that. They're a good MAC school. They beat my team, Toledo.
Probably will do it again.
They're probably gonna do it again. I think Toledo needs a new quarterback, but hey, that's not here nor today. That's gonna be sometime down the road. But Cincinnati, they went to Arrowhead Stadium as the home team against Nebraska. They put on a show that I've never expected, where they would lose by 3 points. Cincinnati's a really good team. Don't forget, they're in the Big 12. This isn't the Cincinnati in what conference? Conference USA they were, or no, the American Conference they were in. They're in one of those conferences with the lesser teams, but Cincinnati's a really good football team now. Thanks to Luke Fickle, and I see Cincinnati beating Bowling Green. Yeah, I don't know why you were going to choose Bowling Green over Cincinnati.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't. My bad.
Yeah, next
Um,
game, West Virginia at Ohio. This just doesn't seem right to look at, but okay, good for Ohio. They get a bigger school coming into town. Ohio did play a very good game against Rutgers last week, but Rutgers is Rutgers, no matter how you put it.
not very good.
Not a very good football team. And honestly, Ohio, they played a very good game. I don't see them beating West Virginia, but I don't know what to expect from West Virginia. They had a lot of transfers, new head coach. Well, they brought back their old head coach. So but I'm gonna go West Virginia. I like them a lot more. I think Ohio just got a new coach, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm gonna go West Virginia. Even though I root for the MAC, but I just don't see them beating West Virginia, even at
I'm gonna
home.
go. I'm also gonna go with West Virginia. Now, uh, Parker Navarro. He's accurate. He last week against Rutgers, he was 21 of 31, with three passing touchdowns. Didn't get sacked. He had nine carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Um, but unfortunately, the defense didn't hold up. The defense uh didn't stop Rutgers' offense. So I don't think that they're going to be able to stop West Virginia in their offense. Um, their quarterback Nico, yeah, their quarterback, he's accurate too. He threw 85% against the nobody school. He had a touchdown, um, and he ran a little bit. He had 13 attempts, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Um, I just see that defense holding up a lot more than the Ohio Bobcats defense, so I'm going West Virginia.
Next game, we got a very good game. Boston College at Michigan State. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't impressed when Michigan State played Western. They played Western. I get either Western or Central mixed up. Kind of the same colors, but not really. But I wasn't really impressed with them. Aiden Childs still doesn't look good to me. I don't look at him like, wow, that's the difference maker right there. Just they looked okay at best, just okay. They haven't really impressed me. I mean, I don't know what to expect against Boston College. They haven't been a really good team either. But I think, but Boston College doesn't have Castellanos anymore. They don't have that runner, I don't think. I'm not familiar with Boston College's game. I don't know what it's like with their quarterback. Their quarterback did play a good game, but they played for him 66-10 at home. So on the road, I think that's going to be the difference maker is the atmosphere at Michigan State. I think that's what's going to help Michigan State get the win, being a home game. So, yeah, give me Michigan State. Still not going to be impressed, but I think they can get the win.
Looking last season, these two teams matched up. Now, the final score was 23-19. That's with Castellanos.
Exactly.
I believe that they're leading. I believe Ward, their leading rusher, isn't there. Okay. And I believe. Yep, and their starting receiver, their leading receiver in Ward and Bond are both gone. Or no, Bond's still there. But Ward is gone. Okay. I think that Michigan State's gonna have a big week. I think Michigan State is gonna pull out the victory. The biggest jump into tell whether your football team's going to be good or not is from week 1 to week 2. I think Michigan State's going to come out, and I think that they're going to surprise some people next week. And I believe that they're going to win.
All right, sorry about that. Had to take care of some things. But, all right. I like what you said. I think Michigan State can do it. Next game, go Rockets, baby. Western Kentucky at Toledo, week 2. Toledo finally gets a home game. I finally get to enjoy a home game. I didn't get to do that last year, but that's okay. Instead, I was working the game. Had to do some stuff for my career, but now I get to enjoy it. It'd be wrong of me to pick against them. Last year they played Western Kentucky. It was a nail biter. Western Kentucky won, but it's at the Glass Bowl. I bet these players are, itching to play a home game. I mean, they played a really good game against Kentucky. I really like their defense. I like Toledo's defense, even though gave up more points, but I really like their defense. That's insane what I just seen from Brandon. No wonder why he's a Bowling Green fan.
What?
But give me Toledo all day, Rockets.
I have too many tabs pulled up. I don't know. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, we gotta start doing our homework before the show.
No. Hang on. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
All right, I'm gonna keep yapping.
Okay, I got it. Western Kentucky, I'm gonna pick Western Kentucky.
I hope man.
They won the matchup last year. Okay, they were at home.
Different team,
and
man.
they had, and yeah.
Tell them how you really feel, Brandon.
My stupid thing isn't loading.
It's
They
not.
got a new guy. They got a new guy back there. At quarterback.
Wait, wasn't it T.J. Finley last year?
I believe so.
With the dude who's transferred to 8 different schools in what feels like
They
5
got
years.
McClover now, back there playing. He threw for 305 yards against North Alabama. Now I know that's North Alabama. I just think that if they can get the passing game going, I think that they're really going to hurt Toledo. So I think I got Western Kentucky. I think that they can hurt Toledo through the air. I know Kentucky couldn't. Kentucky doesn't have a very good offense. I think that if Western Kentucky can light up Toledo. I think that Western Kentucky is going to have a field day against Toledo, and I think that they're going to win.
No, you're wrong, but okay.
I
Alright.
think Western Kentucky's going to win.
We're on to the cupcakes. A few cupcake games. You know, we want to see
cupcakes.
how they look this week. San Jose State at Texas. Obviously, we want to see.
Bounce back game for Arch, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think, like we said in the recap, I think Arch had too much pressure on him going into the shoe, playing against the defending national champions in the world famous Ohio State Buckeyes. I think that Arch Manning's going to bounce back. I think he's going to have a really good game against San Jose State, and I think that he's just got to get that confidence back in him.
Exactly. I think the whole team has to give that confidence back.
For sure.
Especially Colin Simmons didn't have. I think he had one tackle, and that was it. Now, before you go, posting on your story of another player's quarterback and then do nothing, that right there is probably going to haunt them until they play Ohio State again in the playoffs. They could play again in the playoffs. We'll see, early, still early. We're still figuring out teams. But let's go on to the next matchup, Troy at Clemson. Clemson, of course, because again, the reason why the order of these teams, it's like to see how they do with taking a loss after week one. Clemson, especially, Cade Klubnik looked horrible against LSU. He'll bounce back, but I don't know if we'll learn much because it's Troy, and this should be an easy 50-point game, depending on what Cade Klubnik does. But I think he will bounce back, and we'll figure out if he wants to be an NFL player or not.
For sure. I like I said, I'm not I like to see Cade Klubnik in the big games. I like to see what these quarterbacks can do in the big games, but not every game's going to be a big game. I'm just hoping to see maybe a little bit of growth from him coming into this week. So I am taking Clemson as well. I just want to see kind of a jump from Cade Klubnik here. And if he wants to be a crybaby and say that, people said that last year that he sucked, and he wants to be a crybaby about that, I want him to show people why he doesn't suck. And as of right now, all the people are right now. And at least in these big games, he's good enough to get to Clemson, but he's good enough to win at Clemson.
Especially the big games.
Especially the big games. That is to be said. But I'm gonna go Clemson here. Obviously, this is a smash game. Hopefully, you can get some of that Bryce Young confidence back in, and hopefully he is going to be the player that people say that he is.
All right, now we have UNL Monroe at 21 Alabama. Of course, no much with this one. Same thing. Alabama's gonna win. But I want to see how this team looks. The defense looked really bad against Florida State. Obviously, this is going to be a cakewalk. But I want to see the confidence level because that Florida State game, the confidence looked gone. It looked gone.
It looked like they just are suffering from an identity crisis over there. They need to figure it out.
I don't know what they do. Kalen DeBoer's got to get it going. And this is the thing, there's no more excuses. Jalen Milroe, he was a mid quarterback. I think Ty Simpson has a chance to be really good, but we'll have to see. But DeBoer is going to be on the hot seat if he doesn't start winning games, because that's the expectations at Alabama, especially coming after Nick Saban, and that's the problem. You took a job, and the GOAT of college football was there before you. Now people expect it, so you better figure it out, or they're gonna have him. Or they're gonna all want him gone.
For sure, and obviously I'm going Alabama too. Alabama's just got to find their footing right now. They need to figure out what kind of football team that they should be. They need to figure that out, and maybe they do need a couple squash matches here and there. So. But yeah, that's what I'll say about that.
All right, we got a very. I would say this is gonna be a good game. but I
This
don't.
this I think is gonna be is the toss up of the week here.
Kansas at Missouri. I don't think it's a toss up. I think it's. I think I'm gonna. I think I know my choice. And honestly, I like Missouri's quarterback. Prebula, what is that his name?
Yes, Pribula, whatever.
I know it's however you say it.
It's Bo Pribula.
Bo Prebula.
Yep.
He's a really good quarterback.
I mean,
And
he lit
he
up
knows how to use his legs.
for sure. He lit up a Central Arkansas team. But if you want to talk about guys that know how to use their legs, we got
It's
to talk about the
Arkansas.
other quarter. We got to talk about Jalen Daniels. Okay, this kid, he's a dual threat quarterback. I mean, this guy knows how to use his legs. This guy
Yes.
last year, um, this guy last year didn't have he had 2,400 passing yards, and he had 500 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. This guy, I'm telling you, he can find his way. If he can navigate his way through this game, I think he's gonna win. But I think Missouri's just gonna have the edge on him.
I
think
don't. Kansas's defense is kind of just. There really isn't. It's not exciting. I don't think it's going to be able to. Honestly, this game could be a high scoring game. That's what I could see from these two teams. Very high scoring. But I think Missouri just has more of that edge, like you said.
I just think with how many recent guys have been through that program, and then with the guys that they have now, I just think that they can beat Kansas fairly well.
Yes. All right. Biggest game of the week right
This
here.
this is game of the week. This is game of the week, unfortunately,
And
because it's
we're gonna-
Michigan. But
And we're going to find out how good these two teams are. Oklahoma's been a struggle for the last, since Brett Venables got there. Hope I said that right. Since he's gotten there, hasn't really shined. He had Dylan Gabriel. I think they had a 10-2 record when he was there, but then after that, kind of just slowly fell off. And we're going to find out. They got to go up against a Michigan squad that's young in a way because they lost their talent from. And a lot of them were first round draft picks. Colston Loveland. I don't know. I don't think Will Johnson got drafted in the first round, did he?
no, he was early second round to the Cardinals.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a first round talent, but second round. But I think he's going to kill it in the league. But honestly, this Michigan team, they finally have a quarterback that can throw the ball. I don't know how good he will do. And as a true freshman,
Playing against
game.
first road game at an SEC school.
You know it's going to be loud. It's not going to be quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's going to have all the pressure. But the difference is Michigan has that run game to go behind them.
Yep. And not only that, we could sit here, we could talk about Michigan's run game, but for how accurate Bryce Underwood was in his first game, I know he was playing New Mexico. But for how accurate he was, he threw 67% completion percentage, 251 yards to go with him on the day. It's good. He had a good day. He was accurate. He had two. Oh, never mind. But what concerns me about Michigan right now is that defensive side of the ball. Because they let a New Mexico team that isn't very good, that struggled quite a bit last season. It was a close game for a minute. I just think that if Michigan's defense plays like that against Oklahoma, I don't think Michigan is going to win that game. Especially because they're very weak in their secondary. And there's a kid at Oklahoma. His name is John Mater. This kid can throw the ball. This kid can throw the ball. He's accurate. Last season, he was 224 for 347, 64% completion percentage, 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. This kid's pretty accurate. This kid can throw the ball. He's got an absolute cannon on him. I mean, the way how fast and how hard this kid throws the ball. Really, honestly, it blew me away when I was watching that game. And he's a junior. Now, granted, he was playing Illinois State, but I mean, throwing 37 balls and having 30% and having 30 completions on the day. And some of the throws he was making, man, his decision making is very, very well. I think that if Michigan allows him to throw the ball like he did last week, I think Michigan's not going to be able to keep up, especially with asking a lot out of Bryce Underwood. So I know I'm a Buckeye. I am going to go Oklahoma.
Damn, Oklahoma State.
Shush. I think that if John Matter can throw the ball on Michigan, I think Michigan's going to have a very hard day defending that pass, especially because they're short in secondary. So I'm going Oklahoma with the upset on Michigan here to close out week 2.
As one man once said, Lee Corso, congrats on his retirement. Not so fast, my friend. Let me tell you, Michigan, I get it, we're Buckeye fans, but Michigan, I'm not going to count them out. Their defense, no matter how you put it, when the defense needs to show up, they show up big time. And honestly, going in a hostile environment, they still have a run game, no matter how you put it. They still have a team. But fuck them. I'm going Oklahoma all day. I hate the SEC. I hate Michigan. But I'm going to go OU. Because I don't give a damn about Michigan. Honestly, I hope they get beat by 100 points. But it's not going to happen. It's going to be a close game. But Oklahoma edges one out. That is my pick.
Let's go. You scared me. You scared me. I thought you were going to pick Michigan. You scared me.
No. Don't be scared. All right, you know what? I'll just worry about that later. All right, I'll add my name later to that. But, yeah, no. That's all we got today. This is a long episode. This is over an hour.
It's long.
And I have to go through
it is over an hour.
And fix
Hopefully, yeah, you're going to have to edit some things together.
Yeah, well, but it'll be all right. We'll get through it. But, yeah, this was episode 2. Got a long season to go, and this time I won't quit.
A lot more season.
But that's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Check out the TikTok.
Oh, for real. TikTok is where we're getting our views, but we got to grow it on here on YouTube, man.
Yeah, we got to get them over here. We got to get them.
I know, we got to get them to move on over. Come on out. Check out the videos. Please and thank you. Help our brother out. We're friends. We're Buckeye fans, yeah. You know, I'm not going to lie. We are Buckeye fans. You know, I'm not just going to deny that. But, you know, we're trying to have some fun with this. You know, I'm a communications major, so it's all about having fun. That's what we're here to do.
Absolutely.
And hear absolutely hot takes from all of us. You know, that's what you're going to get. But, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.